In this section, we are going to see some advanced chart types. The first advanced chart type which we are going to see is maps. Maps are excellent way to show spatial data, where you are showing data points of certain regions. Here you can see the animated UK wind charts where the points actually show what is the direction and wind speed of the areas are. And you might also have used Google Maps. Google Maps are wonderful. And you can also find some of the custom maps online, or you can also use the API of Google Maps. Now after that, there is also network diagram. Now this is a graphical representation of data where each node is representing a data point and each connection is showing that there is a relationship between the two nodes. Now each node can be one person, can be some object. Network diagrams are used when you have a lot of relationship among the data and there is not a fixed pattern of how relationships are there, and you need your user to actually explore how the relationships are. So basically this is because they are more like your real life. Now coming back to other forms of our data visualization, this is a typical heat maps. You can see this is a interactive heat map where heat map is linked to bar charts, pie charts, and also to a map as well. If you see the legends here, this heat map is showing how many peoples are actually looking for a house in a week throughout the day. So the red color is when the traffic is more or it is more searched, and the purple is when it is least searched. So you can see that at 4 a.m. people are generally asleep, so they don't search, and around 9 p.m. they are very active and they do lots of searching. This is very good way to show and represent data to the customer when you have multiple dimensions. For example, you have days, you have hours, and you have number of peoples. So it's easily a 3-dimensional data, and you want your user to be able to see all the data in a single glimpse and compare in a single image. So this is very nice for comparison for the large data set and finding patterns quickly. Now next we will see a tree map. A tree map is some way similar to a heat map where you are differentiating with colors, plus you are adding one extra dimensions as the sizes of each boxes. Here the size of the boxes also vary, and then they provide you one extra dimension. Now moving on, we have the flow diagram, and flow diagram is a very nice way to show flow of money, people, or maybe some objects. So here what we are seeing is the transfer of money from each football team to other football team. For example, from Manchester United to Real Madrid, how much money has been transferred. So it is around 131.5 million euro. And this is very nice to show in a scrollable pattern if you have too much data and there is a interrelationship between the data. So flow diagram is the way to go. So the final example for advanced chart type is a box plot. Now box plots are very commonly used in financial market. Now a box plot use simple graphics that summarizes a quantitative distribution with 5 standard statistics. So we have a smallest value, we have a lower quartile, this is the lower quartile value, we have a median, which is this value, then we have a upper quartile, and we have a largest value. So we are actually seeing 5 value at a single instance, and people in financial markets and stock market are used to seeing the values in a single glimpse, and they prefer box plot because it allows them to easily recognize differences between distribution and get the feeling of the data in a single glance. There are actually a lot of other advanced visualization. You can go to d3.js. This is somewhat becoming a standard, and you can see a lot of examples as well. For example, if you go to this example section in d3.js, then you can see a lot of advanced data types. Most of the people who are experimenting with this visualization, they come up with ideas and they use D3 mostly to implement those ideas. So you can see many new and innovative ways to represent data in d3.js website. And it's something which always helps you while thinking about selecting some of the advanced chart type for higher dimension data.